And I was never great at cardio because I have a heart condition. So I was like, well, I guess I'll never be fit. But it wasn't until CrossFit and I started lifting weights and learning how to properly lift weights, not just go to a Globo gym and try to figure it out for myself, and the movements, and then the empowerment. And I had the same misconception, like, oh, I'm already short and stocky. I don't want to become bulky. And my friend laughed at me. She's like, you wish. Do you know what you would have, how much you would have to work out to become bulky? Like, that's crazy. You're not working out 4 hours a day. And so once I got over that and over myself, I realized the power and the fun in lifting heavy weights. And I enjoy seeing muscles. It's awesome. You realize and appreciate other people too by knowing how much work they put in to look that way, not just don't eat.
Yeah. And I feel like as women, if you know you're putting in the work, day in and day out, and you're taking care of yourself, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I eat this perfect diet all the time. I mean, I definitely I have a major sweet tooth, and, I like good food. I grew up on a farm, it was big fried chicken and mashed potatoes. And that's me. I love that food, but I eat healthy 95% of the time. That when I do want to indulge and have, a meal like that, I don't feel bad about it because I know I'm doing the work. But also I feel like what came with lifting weights and taking care of my body more is I didn't care about what the scale said because I knew I was doing the work. I used to get obsessed with the scale, before, I'd wake up in the morning and weigh, and then you would I'd eat lunch, then I would want to weigh. And I became obsessed with this number. And then now I look back and I post on my Instagram occasionally this picture of me. I'm in a white tank top and blue jean shorts. I was down on the river. I was 22 years old, and I weighed the same then as I actually do now, almost 20 years later. And it's the body composition is the main difference. And that's what I share that to share this with other women, especially young women, that, you can look totally different, but weigh the same, because everybody's afraid of oh, I'm going to gain all this weight, or, oh, she's, too muscly, not me, but just people too muscly, she weighs too much. That's not the case. You can completely transform your body. You are like an artist, with a clay, and you're molding the clay of your body into what you want it to look like.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and that's the thing I struggled with my first 2 years, is I kept obsessing over the scale. And finally, one of my coaches is like, you know what you need to do with that scale? You take it out, go bring it to the parking lot and back over it, and don't ever look at it again. Because I was like, I'm not losing any weight, but obviously my body had changed, but I was obsessed with this number. And I think that was part of our upbringing of obsessing over I gotta be 90 pounds because I'm 5'3". And
well, I don't think anybody stays totally fit and ripped all the time. You get into it, then you kind of chill a little bit, or life takes over a little bit, and then you get back into it. So I'll look back now even of pictures where I thought I remember feeling like I was fat, or I had more work to do. And I'm like, damn, I looked really good. Why was I complaining? And then that becomes your inspiration for what you want to get back to.
Exactly. Yeah. The same thing happens with age. I remember thinking I looked so old at 30, and I look at that now, I'm like, what was I thinking?
What's funny though? Okay. That brings up such a good point, because Andy and I were talking about this the other day. Is we looked back, we've been together 13 years, and we look back on pictures then. We look older 13 years ago than we do now, because we weren't taking care of ourselves. We weren't eating great. We were drinking probably 3 nights a week, going out, having fun, all this stuff. Now we take care of ourselves, eat healthier, still have fun. We don't drink, but maybe, once or twice a year, maybe for special events. So it's you almost you can start to reverse age if you start taking care of yourself. And that's the big thing, is as you get older, you don't want to wait till you get to a point where you're like, well, should I just let myself go? It's important, especially, I wish I knew then what I know now, and I would have started taking care of myself better in my 20s.
Yep.